Welcome to Market Lens. I'm Daniel Reed. It is Monday, May 11th, 2026. While you were sleeping, the Beijing Reset we predicted on Friday began to leak into the Tokyo Open. The yen didn't just strengthen, it snapped, triggering a $200 billion liquidation in the carry trade in under 4 hours. But as the US markets open at all-time highs, the mainstream media is telling you it's about soft landing optimism. They're wrong. The real story this morning is the nuclear AI backbone, validated by a massive earnings blowout from Constellation Energy, and the shadow of Jerome Powell's final week at the Fed. Today, we are decoding the Iranian response to the 14-point MOU, why baseload power is the new gold, and why the next 72 hours in Beijing will redefine global liquidity for the next decade. Let's look at the data. Over the weekend, Tehran finally blinked, but with conditions. Our intelligence confirms that Iran has officially responded to the 14-point MOU. The missiles in the Gulf have gone silent, but the maritime insurance contagion we discussed on Friday remains in an amber state. Lloyd's hasn't revoked force majeure yet. They are waiting for the physical verification of the 30-day ceasefire. In Daniel Reed logic, this is a controlled de-escalation. The market is pricing in a 70% probability of a signed deal by Wednesday. This is why Brent crude is hovering at $98. It's the tension floor. If the signature drops, we see $85. If a rogue drone flies tonight, we're back to $115. Watch the shipping majors, Frontline and Euronav. Their price action this morning is the only honest signal of whether the strait is actually open for business. Let's talk about the Fortress AI infrastructure. This morning, Constellation Energy, CEG, dropped a Q1 report that should be a wake-up call for every macro investor. A GAAP net income of $4.49 per share. That isn't a utility number, that's a scarcity premium. The logic is simple. The Pentagon 7 AI models we've been tracking require two things: chips and power. You can print money, but you can't print baseload nuclear power. Constellation is effectively the refinery for the AI economy. As the S&P 500 hits new highs today, remember that the rally is being underpinned by physical intelligence. The move into CEG and Vistra is a flight to mission-critical energy. If you aren't positioned in the power grid providers for the data centers, you aren't actually trading the AI revolution. You're just trading the hype. Friday, May 15th is the end of an era. Jerome Powell's term as Fed chair expires. The media is focused on the transition. We are focused on the liquidity vacuum. Historically, central bank transitions are magnets for volatility. Why? Because the market needs to test the successor. Tomorrow's CPI report is the first strike. If inflation comes in sticky at 3.4% or higher, the market will force the new chair to choose: protect the all-time highs or protect the dollar. We are seeing a massive rotation into Fortress Tech this morning as a hedge against this transition. Investors are realizing that the Fed's hawkish permission is about to be handed over to someone who may not have Powell's market-smoothing instincts. In 3 days, the Trump-Xi summit begins. The Sunday gap in the yen-yuan pair tells us that the great liquidity reset is already in motion. We are watching a coordinated move to stabilize the yuan ahead of the summit. This isn't about trade tariffs, it's about a sovereign debt truce. If China and the US agree to a liquidity pact to manage the yen's collapse, we are looking at a global reflationary wave. This is the Sunday surprise that the algorithms are front-running. The rotation out of European debt and into US-China growth proxies is accelerating. We are positioned for scenario B from Friday. The Beijing blackout leaks, the dollar softens, and the carry trade unwinds in an orderly but violent fashion. Today's open is a masterclass in intelligence arbitrage. The missiles have stopped, the reactors are humming, and the kings are moving their pieces in Beijing. The Monday morning checklist. 1. Watch CEG. If the nuclear backbone holds its gains, the AI rally is structural. 2. Watch the yen. If JPY USD breaks below 145, the Beijing reset is confirmed. 3. Watch the strait. Any force majeure revocation from London is a green light for a $10 oil drop. The dark zone of the weekend is over, but the fog of war remains. I'm Daniel Reed. This has been the Monday Morning Intelligence Report from Market Lens. Subscribe now. Tomorrow we live stream the CPI release and its impact on the Pentagon 7. Keep your data sharp and your logic sharper. I'll see you at the closing bell.